team. You were close to that one when it blew? No, that was all oil. I took it immediately to home, so I put it on pure money and tipped off. I'm glad you didn't die. That will help Scrappy. He's got turbo issues. And I was watching it when we were doing the warm-up. But after I got my phone back, I went over there to show him. That's dragon.
I've had to think.
They're all like stacked together, aren't they?
Yeah. Greg wanted me to go live for Luke. This is the guy for the Netherlands. This is Luke from the Netherlands. This is Luke from the Netherlands. He hasn't turned me loose, bro.
Really?
Hangs out with Linkies and that.
Okay.
should have the best footage ever. Ever!
Yeah. So the guy, I didn't know the guy was called me to start and we had to control the he called me. He goes, that motherfucker is going to break it. Oh, this is that motherfucker. What if he's there? I'm on a taxi. Anyway, he said it never ran. It sold for $45,000.
Welcome, everybody, to Down and Dirty with the Badger State Tractor Pullers. Jason Schultz here. Chandler Pickler to my left, as you're just looking at the screen. It was Chandler's birthday yesterday, so he's 20 years old now. And he has responsibilities. He has a dog now and a fiance and a real job. So I'd like everybody to wish Chandler a happy birthday. So, how are you, Chandler?
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Do you want to play the video first? Well, tonight's Down and Dirty is all about the Badger State Tractor Pullers. We're going to recap how all the Badger State Tractor Pullers did this past weekend at the Pullers Championship. It was a great event. Huge crowd Saturday night. Good crowd Friday night. We had quite a few people watching the live stream. I think 700 or 800 people bought the live stream this year. And so we continue to grow this event. Do you want to play the video first, Chan Man, or do you want me to talk?
I can do that, and then we'll just kind of play it throughout the show, in the background. So
yeah. So actually, that's okay. Let me go ahead and just go through like all the results on how all the Badger State Pullers did, and then we'll wrap up with the video. Try to think here. There's Mr. Elsing. There's Gregory.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, buddy.
Good.
Good. Thank you for coming down to Nashville this past weekend. So
Yeah, I had a good time.
it's good to see you. Good to see you. So Chandler and I are we're live obviously already. We're gonna so I want to go through just the results overall weekend winners. For those of you that they're not familiar with how we did the format, we basically took it's like Bowling Green. They do a point system. So Friday night if you get first, Saturday night you get fourth. Your grand total is 5 points for the weekend. Lowest score wins. If you tie with another puller, then we went to combined distance. And in many of the classes, we end up doing a combined distance thing to crown our champion like that. So, Greg, do you want to, should we go through like the results first and show everybody did and then do the video, or should we do the video first and then wrap it up at the end? So,
why don't you do I've got to probably get off here at 7:30.
Okay. So
Guys, but whatever you want to do.
Let me go through the results. Chandler, you have the video queued up, but let me talk with Greg a little bit first, okay? So
Yep.
What I'm going to do, fans, is I'm going to put our website, thepullerchampionship.com, up on there, and then Greg and I and Chandler, you pipe in when you have some good information as well. So,
Greg, did you get a new helmet?
Yes, I did.
I love it.
Man, I bought it at Holzhauer's in their store down there. Because Friday night I was going down the track, I had Mason's helmet on, and it's got a dark visor on it.
Yep.
And it flopped down, so I really couldn't see where I was going.
well, at least you didn't. Tyler saw it, so that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, it looked good, Greg. So 85 limited pros. What that is for you Badger State fans, that's basically the Badger State Hot Farm class with 24.5s. And we didn't have any Badger State competitors in that class. This class is handpicked by the promoter himself, Brad Holzhauer. For a lot of his customers with 618 Motorsports and some other points champions around the area. But you'll see the sponsors sliding by here, and some of them are Badger State sponsors as well. So it's nice to see everybody pitching in and doing all this. So 95 limited pro stock tractors. So last year was the first year. Nick Gallitz, our Badger State points champion, won it all last year. And this year, Brent Shortfighty from the 618 stable was first, but our very own Kevin Engelking was number 2. He got third place both nights. You can see on the screen there, third place on Friday, third place on Saturday, and he had a combined distance of 636 feet. He beat Nick Gallitz by 3 inches for the total weekend, and they rode down on the same trailer together, so maybe they fought about that on the way home. I'm not sure. So, right. But then Nick Gallitz came back with third at 636.65. So they each had 6 total points for the weekend, and then Kevin moved up a spot over Nick because of the combined distance there. And then I feel like, let's see here. Yeah, that was so we had 2 4-1s Badger State did in that in there. Kevin Engelking, again, dark horse. Nick Gallitz, defending champion of the Pullers Championship, comes in third this year. And then also was your Badger State points champion there. So Super Farm Tractors, let's see here. So Jeremy Roberts was the winner, overall winner. Don Slama was the highest placing Badger State tractor. He got 5th on Friday, 6th on Saturday, had a combined total distance. You can see the points here in the red, had a combined total distance of 654 feet. That Super Farm class was tight. I mean, you can see the difference. 9 feet separated first and fourth between Don and Jeremy there. Let's see. Brian Hartman had a grand total of 630 feet. So it was nice to see him down there as well. Both those tractors really campaigned hard on the Champions Tour last summer. But as we all know, Badger State's part of the Pro Pulling League. So that was a big, why I include them in my my Badger State stuff. So Pro Stock Tractors. I think this is our biggest class of Badger State things, Greg, to be honest, right? Yeah.
Yep. There's 4 of us down there.
Yep.
We didn't do a very good showing, but we gave her a good shot.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. So Esden Lemke was the highest placing Badger State tractor. And again, last year, Esden won it all. He went 633 feet this year. Greg Elsing finished in the 5th spot overall with 597 feet. 2. Craig Wildman had off to a good start. I played his video to open up the show. Looks like they popped a charger, lost something about 250 feet there on Friday night, and they actually scratched to come back Saturday night. And then Luke left the line Friday night. Within a half a second, something was shooting out the side, looked like water, and they shut it down right away. They went back, fixed it, came back, and then he ended up driving it out of bounds. You had to run that right line Friday night to win. That's the line that Brandon Simon won, and Luke tried to run it, just got a little sucked over to the right a little bit, ended up going out of bounds. So then they did not come back Saturday night as well. I'm not sure. Do you know what happened to the Kloss? I've had a lot of people ask me, Greg. And
Yeah, a broken
a broken what?
piston.
Piston? Okay.
A broken piston. I think the same thing happened to Craig, too.
So we also had diesel super stocks, light super tractors, four-wheel drive trucks, super stock diesel trucks, modified minis, and modified tractors, and of course super semis. So you can go check that out on here. Go to thepullerschampionship.com and check out all of that. So just super happy. It's obviously a long weekend for everybody. Greg, it meant a lot that you were able to come down and bring Wildmans down and Lemke's with you as well, and it was good to see. It's fun to mix it up with everybody. You know, our dream with this has always been to be this outdoor Louisville, Greg, and mix it up with the top NTPA, the top PPL tractors in the country, and have some fun and get out there and put that out. As we know, pro stocks are always the class favorite. You know, we'll always have pro stocks every year. Super Farm was not it the first year, but they put on a heck of a good show this year. A lot of big names in Super Farm, obviously Don Slama, Josh Miley, Jeremy Roberts, Shane Maston. A lot of big names from the Super Farm world at that event. And then, of course, we have a lot of big classes. So you as a puller, what did you think of the overall? I mean, just as Greg, the tractor puller, you don't have to be president of Badger State for a second. What did you think of the event? What do you think we can do better? What'd you like, et cetera? I would love to hear it. So
it was very well run, very very organized. The track on Saturday night was really good, and I understand why it was a little dry Friday night because it was rain, But I think it all went pretty good. It was a good, well-run show.
Yeah, shout out to so we hired PPL to tech, to scale, and to flag competition manager. This is a non-sanctioned event. I got a lot of stuff like, I thought you said this is non-sanctioned, and why do I see all the pro pulling stuff? Listen, if they come, guys, they're going to bring their pro pulling trailers and stuff like that, and they're going to put all that out there. So that's how it goes. I'm going to mute John for just a second for echo on here with John. But yeah, John and Christy did an amazing job. All their people. Clint Tucker built the track. And to Greg's point, it was dry Friday night. If you guys saw the radar Friday night, it looked like I felt like we were in Richland Center again, Greg. Just about showtime. It's going to rain. And it actually went around us, and we got lucky. But we had tarps on that track until 5 o'clock on Friday night. So we all know when you tarp a track, it dries out.
Yep.
And that's just part of it. So, but there was moisture underneath. We found it later in the night as the night went on Friday night, and I really was happy. We got some water into it Saturday, and the mods and the big pros put on a hell of a show Saturday night on that track, and we're able to really hook up and get going. So that was a lot of fun. So
it was a good track Friday night or Saturday night.
Yep. So I'm gonna try to unmute Strand Man. John Lee, how are you, buddy? Good. How are you?
Well, we're here.
You're good. Well, you look as good as ever, John. You look as good as ever. So
Thanks.
we're just kind of going through the TPC tonight. I wanted to have a show, and I already shared on the screen how all the pullers did that. From the Badger State that went down there. Greg has to jump off here in a few minutes, and we're going to share a video. Chandler put a video together of how all the Badger State tractors that went down and competed at the Pullers Championship. I definitely want, with John and Greg, I want to talk about Baraboo, guys. We're less than 2 weeks away. No, for less than 3 weeks away now from the season kicking off in Baraboo, correct, guys?
Yep, June 10th.
It's going to come fast.
It is. Here, I can tell you what we're getting out already. We're already working on it. Kelly is here. The sign for the food. It's out. That means
How much is a cheeseburger, Greg?
$4.
$4. Oh, they're giving it away.
Bucks.
With a bun. That's it.
Oh, you get a bun with it too, John?
Yeah, a bun. Yeah, probably a napkin, ketchup, mustard, onions. I get all the good stuff there for $4.
It's all back there.
I figured with inflation that the bun didn't come with stuff anymore, guys. The way things have been going here. So
Nope.
Now when you come to a Badger State poll.
I love it. I love it. So here is the Facebook thing that Ryan made, the Facebook promotional thing that Ryan's been putting up there on Facebook. Zolik does such a good job with everything, producing all this. So Saturday, June 10th. Again, this is Pulling for Hope. And I'm going to, John, why don't you just take over?
The mini rods are not there this year. The poster was made, but no mini rods this year in Baraboo. But awesome night. Always a great night for UW Children's Hospital. We should have Lori there, I believe. Lori Schultz coming, Greg?
We're hoping so. She usually is.
Yep. So we sell paddles for every class, usually a $10 paddle and a $20 paddle. And however many are in the class is however many paddles we sell. So if there's 10 in the class, there'll be 10 paddles. And then whatever position you get. So if you get the number 6 paddle, that's the 6th pulling position. And if that truck or tractor wins, then you win the pot for that $20 paddle or $10 paddle. Depends which one you get. So half of the money comes to you, the other half goes to American Family Children's Hospital. So it's another way that we raise money for the Children's Hospital. There'll be a Calcutta auction, and what class are we auctioning off?
I really don't know yet. Usually we do the pro stocks, but it depends on if they get too big a class, then we kind of go a smaller class so it don't take so much, but time, So I don't know yet. Usually the pro stocks we do there. We have anyways.
So all the classes are there. 10 pro, 10,000 pound 640s, limited pro stock, hot farm, super farm, light pro stock, light limited super stock, light pro stock diesel trucks, 3.6 pro stock diesel trucks. The modified 2-wheel drives will be there. 2 tracks, I do believe, correct?
Yep.
2 tracks. So be a lot of good action. So it'll be Christopher Clark and myself announcing that night. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it will be. It always is, man. It's been a good show, and the Baraboo Fair Board does a good job helping us out, getting everything organized there.
Yeah, the best thing that happened for this event was moving it to the Sauk County Fairgrounds, Greg. So kudos to you guys for doing that.
Yep.
It just allows for more vehicles. And I remember the old days we'd have to be done in Sauk there at Fireman's Park by a certain time, or Kelly said the cops would come get me and they could hear us talking. So not that we want to run that late anyway, but it's nice to have the 2 tracks and then just I don't know, just a fairground feel. It feels good. Big grandstands like that and fill it up. It makes it for a great event. So
We could only do half the classes too. We only had enough parking to do half or 5, 6 classes. Couldn't do everybody. So now we got everybody involved in it, and it makes a lot better show. And everybody wants to be part of it.
John, I had to step out of the room real quick. I don't know. Did you mention that all the pullers donate their proceeds, their winnings back to this event?
I did not. So all the pullers come there, and they basically don't pay an entry fee, and they don't get any winnings. So anything that's raised there does go back. So nobody gets any money that night. It's everything goes to the Children's Hospital. So last year was a great year for Badger State. Also, the Calcutta auction, I do believe, was who won the Calcutta auction last year, Greg? You remember?
I do not. I don't remember. The year before, I know Ryan Coates did and gave the money back.
Yeah. Last year he did too. So last year he did the same thing. He won. I think they won the poll and won the Calcutta and donated it all back.
Yep.
So yeah, 2 years in a row, Ryan did that. That's
because
awesome.
he almost parked it out there into the fence. I remember last year, Coates he did with the pro. So he their tractor likes that track a lot. So
It does.
So that's great. Also tonight, I'd like to thank Casper Egg, Trip Downing, Farm Street Toys, and Slam Enterprises for always helping us out here with the Down and Dirty with the Badger State Tractor Pullers.
Yeah, Trip was farming Saturday night, guys, and he was watching the live stream while he was farming. He sent me a Snapchat. Or I think you might have, if you follow Trip on Snapchat, he had it was kind of cool to see that up there. We had about 700-800 people watching the live stream both nights, guys. So it felt really good to do that. And that's what's great about the live stream. We had pullers there from California to New York and one puller from Canada. So, I mean, really had it represented well. So it was fun to see that. And I haven't got it really had, you know what it's like promoting an event, guys, or helping with an event and just run. I haven't had a chance to dig into everything else yet. But overall, the crowd was way better this year. And the weather was obviously way better as well. The farmers in Southern Illinois are pretty much done. Where last year at this event, guys, they were just starting, and it really hurt our crowd big time last year. So,
that's good. It's good to see that an event like that is doing better.
Yeah, between the gate and the live stream, I think we took in about $90,000. So and then plus we have every puller paid $500 to register. So I mean, we should be looking at a large payback. I'm hoping around 140 grand. I mean, I don't want to confirm any solid numbers until we dive into everything, but we had sponsorship to cover all of our stuff, and then 5,000 to win. You know, and our goal was always John and Greg and Chandler to give at least the $500 back to last place. And now we just need to go in and then, you know, make all of our sheets so we get it all spread out as evenly as we can after, because we've already given out the $5,000 to the winners. So I'm pretty excited for that.
Awesome.
So, yep.
That's a heck of a night.
Well, it's a weekend, John. So, I mean, I don't know. You know, I don't know what a top prize is. I mean, I know Matt Trailer, you know, did 10,000 to win, you know, guys back in late March, early April down there and get 4 classes.
Yep.
I don't know, Greg, what's Badger State pay to win the Pro Stock class?
I believe it's around $1,200.
Yeah.
Win.
So,
But it pays down 8 or 10 places.
yeah, and then I know that you guys have kept that pretty. You didn't stack it heavy on the top. You know what I mean? And that's what's hard about an event like this. You want to put that big prize out there, you know, for first place, but you also know you got 10 of the best trucks or tractors in the country. So, like you said, you can do nothing wrong and get, you know, and finish towards the bottom and have a good night and have your tractor or your truck run well. But you pull against competition like that, it's legit.
It is, yeah. There wasn't much there.
So my dog's excited too. So it's all good. Logan, behave.
You know, you got to feed the dog once in a while. It won't bark at you, Jason.
Well, my dog has ADD like me, guys. It sees a squirrel quite often. Chandler can contest to this. So
Yep.
my dog it was meant for me. That's why he's my best friend. So
That was contagious.
oh, crazy. Greg and John, as you guys look forward to the Badger State season, and we're gonna let you go here in 3 minutes, Greg, and then Chandler's gonna play his video.
Yep.
What are you most pumped up about, Greg, or what are you looking forward to? You know, maybe some people, they don't watch the show every Monday night. Any new events you want to talk about, anything like that?
Well, Shapir's a new one, you know, which county. That'll be a good one. Up a little bit more. I'm just looking forward to seeing everybody getting together, right?
Yeah.
The main purpose of the whole thing, having fun, a good excuse to get together. You know, and the benefit pool's a big one for us to get kicked off. I mean, it's a lot of work to get done and going. So, you know, we do a lot of it, and then the Baraboo Fair Board helps out a lot. And that was one of my hiccups about moving it because I was farther away from home here. But the Scott Zerzo guys stepped up and really helped out up there, and really proud of them guys the way they came on board. You know, so that was one of Baraboo Fair Board members calling me right there.
Sounds good. Well,
Yep.
Greg, we'll let you go. I know you got to get going. Thanks for jumping on tonight, and then we'll see you next Monday, okay, buddy?
All right, thanks, Jason.
Strandman, as you look at the 2023 season, how many events are you announcing this year, buddy?
Oh, I don't know. I got the list here. Probably around 13 or so, 12 maybe, something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, about 13, something like that. About the normal ones I usually do.
Yep. Sounds good. Chandler, you ready? John, you got anything else? Or Chandler, can you key this up?
I can cue it up.
Sounds good. Thanks for jumping on tonight, John. So,
The computer wanted to be mean to me today, and it didn't want to let me download this before the show. Why, I have no idea, but it's all good. It'll work out. So,
like I said, technology is amazing when it works. That's all I'm going to say.
yep.
So these are all the Badger State pullers that competed at the Pullers Championships. Obviously, you know, we can pause them and talk about them if we want to, but the Badger State show guys put on a good show down there, and very, very competitive. So. Can you maximize that, Chandler?
That's maxed out.
Is it?
Yep.
That looks like Greg's pass on Saturday night. So.
The light on water.
She was warm.
Assuming that's Esden driving?
Yes, he drove both nights, John. This would have been, is this the left track?
This was Saturday.
This is Saturday, okay.
Yeah, Brian Barman hooked up.
Yep.
Left side of the track start spot.
Who's your announcers down there, Jason?
Leroy Schluter and Charles Posch.
Wow, carried the front end most of the way.
This was also Saturday as well.
Wow.
So no, last night we saw we have a problem where the guys were not allowed up on the starting line. We'll get back to maintain this, but I think it's of a different variety.
Water will come out early and look.
Yeah, Saturday night he didn't. When he got going, it ran, but I got nervous there for a little bit. So.
Solid pass. Craig Wildman behind the wheel.
Yeah, it was awesome to see him driving. John, I stuck my phone right up in his face Friday night when I was doing my live, and he gave me a big thumbs up.
Yeah, he's having a lot of fun. That's good to see. Building tractors forever, been out of the seat for quite some time, and then be able to jump in and pick up right where you left off.
The stacks on those Pro Stocks, you could fit a body down them. They're so big. It's awesome.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, they
Can
put a
hide
pipe in
something.
the pipe, so they tilt the hood, so that outer pipe's got to be bigger to fit over when that hood closes. So.
Yep.
Yeah, right here. There it is. There's the thumbs up right there.
Yeah. I was like, I got Craig Wildman to give me thumbs up. I don't know if it was just to get rid of me or if he actually was happy.
I'll ask him when I see him.
He did send me a Facebook friend request today, so that I think he likes me. So that's good.
Oh, he's happy then. He's all right. Yeah.
And if you're just joining us, we're watching some of our Badger State competitors, some video that we took down there.
I thought that was the coolest shot. Like some of these shots right here. The way the lights were just hitting the roll cage as they're backing up, I thought that was like the most magical thing ever.
I agree with you 1,000,000%.
Those beautiful.
What's that, John?
That tractor turned out beautiful.
Oh, yeah. It's sharp. Those Mitas tires look like dragster slicks. They're crazy.
And he was hooked up, too. I mean,
Yeah, he was.
Oh, yeah, big time. He's moving.
I love these shots, Chandler.
So this was his past Friday night.
Yep.
I think I forgot about that. Whoops. Oh,
It'll be okay.
Yeah, with a little bit of sprinkles there on Friday, but that helped the track a lot.
Yeah, it sprinkled like the last hour and a half, John. Never enough to stop anything. It was crazy. I mean, if you looked at the radar, John, you would thought for sure we were going to get rained out Friday night.
Oh, really?
Yep. We got lucky and got it in. So.
Isn't it funny how something happens like that where you get the clouds are all over, you're like, it's going to pour any minute. You get sprinkles, then on a sunny night, also it's clear, and then all of a sudden storm comes up out of nowhere.
Yep. We were Friday night about 4:30, 5 o'clock. The pull started at 6, John, and 20 miles north of Nashville, it was pouring, like water in the ditches, water, flooded streets, and our phones are all just blowing up from people. Like, no, the sun is actually out in Nashville. So.
It was meant to be.
Yep. I'm glad. I love the color of that tractor. That is super sharp.
That's expensive paint.
Maserati blue.
Oh, the dark horse. Kevin King. Rock City, Illinois.
Got Rod Wickman backing him up.
Three Cummins. He built himself. Him and T&Bs and a couple other people help him machining, and that thing really runs. How did he end up down there?
He got second overall. Nick got third overall. Combined total distance, Kevin beat him by 3 inches.
Wow.
And Nick won it last year. So the two Badger State 4-1s finished, out of 10 of them, they finished in the top 3. So Chandler, I love these shots. Make sure the team keeps doing these. These are sweet. Just love them. Love them, love them, love them.
Yep. No, we're still trying to get used to some of the cameras yet. So that's part of the reason why some of the clips aren't in from the weekend.
Video is a lot more work than I ever imagined. Holy cow.
Yeah.
I used to do video for local cable channel in high school and did a bunch when I was a sophomore, junior, and senior, and then would help edit shows and stuff and tape city council and city court, and then do special shows for like the high school or if something was going on around town. That's a lot of fun. On the weekends, it was all VHS tape back then, Chandler. I don't know if you know what those are or not, but it was all VHS tape, and you had to go in there and put the tapes in and set the time of when it was supposed to play. So Saturday mornings, I go in and put the tapes in for Saturday and Sunday and set the timers, and they're ready to go. They come on right when they're supposed to.
I remember the good old days, Stranley.
Back in 1992 or 93, I was doing that.
Yep.
Had a good hook. Was it just that tractor, Galaxy's running?
Yeah.
Red?
Yep. So we invited like the points champions from Outlaws, the PPL Silver Series, the NTPA, the top region tractors, and then the rest of it was fan voted in. I think 5 maybe were invited. The rest was all fan vote, but Nick got the invite, and then Engel King was fan voted in. You know, and for a lot of people, I saw some comments like, why wasn't Blaine Stam there? He was the Badger State points champion. He was invited, but he turned it down because he knew he would be farming. We sent all the invites out in October, November last year from, based upon their results on the 2023 season. And then they had until the end of 2022 to accept their invite and pay the $500. And if they didn't, then they lose their spot. And then everything else is fan voted in. So 50, probably 50 of the competitors there were invites only, based upon how they did in 2023, and the other 50 competitors were all voted in by the fans. And we do that in January, and then we announce the lineup by February, right around the same time as Louisville. And then this last 10 days right before the event, guys were going to the dyno and parts weren't coming in, and we were scrambling like, Ryan Anderson checking out Super Farm, broke on the dyno. Punky was the next one up on the fan vote. We got a hold of Punky last Tuesday night. He couldn't make it. So then the next fan vote was Dan Schulte, the Binder Express that pulls NTPA. So he actually got the invite and said he came down and competed. So, people that aren't informed on that or they don't follow the event close enough, I really wanted to explain that to people. Like, why didn't we see Ken Venny there? Ken Venny was invited. Ken Venny turned it down because he didn't think he'd be ready. But we as promoters, if we want to advertise, hey, we're going to have some of the biggest names in pulling, we want to be able to make you, lock you down, because we can't find out on Friday and just not have you show up. So we've had to stick to our guns on that. And I think now that we've had 2 years underneath our belt, and with some pretty good success and able to pay out $5,000 to win this event, I think it's going to help the credibility of the event, and people will know, wow, okay, these guys know what they're doing, and it's legit. I think that's going to help next year a lot, just with stuff. So we're always going to, it's going to be up against weather and farming every year. We do not want to do the Pullers Championship later in the year because we all know how that goes. Everybody's tired. Their parts are tired. Having it right before the season kicks off like this is a great opportunity for pullers to kind of a test and tune with some possibility of some gigantic payback if we get a good crowd. And you're pulling against the best of the best. I mean, you just are the best Outlaws, the best PPL, the best NTPA tractors that are out there. Like, obviously, Mastersons are invited every year. They farm a bajillion acres. You know what I mean? And that's just how it goes. And luckily, Greg had the boys at home, so he could come down. And I think Greg got in 2 weeks before Peter Norton dropped out. And then Greg was 11th or 12th in the fan voting, so he got in, and that was fun to see him down there. So, we had the Kloss down there. We had Greg's tractor down there. We had the cases from New York. I mean, we legitimately, our pro stock class looked like a light limited super stock class, and that's fun because we literally had all the brands. We had Schrammix Agco. We had some red ones. We had some green ones. We had I don't know what color that Kloss tractor is. I don't even know how to say that color, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun. So
that's awesome, and it's kudos to pullers that that are right up front with, hey, we're not going to be ready, or we're farming, or waiting on parts, or whatever, and I'll at least let you know to yourself to come and be able to pull and compete there. And I think Punky just got a bunch of parts for his here this last week, so they'll be starting to put stuff together and put stuff together.
Yep, I agree 1,000,000%. So that's all I had tonight, guys. Chandler, do you have anything else? Or John, do you have anything else?
Not that I really know of. You guys can look forward to a better video on the Badger State page this week. I apologize, but I will get one up. I'll just do a little bit better job recapping the Badger State guys from the weekend. You guys can probably expect that in the next couple days. I would say by Wednesday.
It'll be up on the Badger State Facebook page, Jen?
Yes. Yep.
Cool.
Next week, we're going to do a garage tour again?
Yeah.
Who do we have left in the can that we haven't done yet, Chandler?
I believe we have Paulson's, and I cannot remember the other one.
Chuck Ginterberg?
Yeah, I believe so.
Robbie and Wildman's?
Yep.
This must be in reply to your comment about Punky Strand, man, I'm guessing.
Derek Horsemeyer. Just got the chassis back from Miley last week sometime.
So, If we'll stick around for a couple minutes if anybody has any questions. John, do you want me to bring up the Badger State schedule and should we buzz through that quick?
You can, yeah. We did that a little bit a couple weeks ago, but we can, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, you can log off, buddy. You did your job tonight, so
Okay.
thanks, buddy.
Some of our great sponsors are back too again this year. We can go over some of them quick too. Is Diamond sponsors, Rink Seed, Budweiser out of Sun Prairie, Sussex Machine, and Greg was talking about going down to Sussex Machine and doing a tour down there too that he's pretty excited about. We've been talking to Chris. Diddy Milling, Citgo, Saunders Oil, wherever I go, Citgo. They support us every year, Saunders Oil. Dutton Welding and Millwright, Mosher and Associates Insurance Services, also AC Agronomy, Baker Precision Plant Works, Insight FS, and Gallett's Grading are diamond sponsors for this year. Our platinum sponsors, Hennessy Implement, Kwame Insurance, Nutrient Egg Solutions, Lemke, Richie's Implement are all of our platinum sponsors for 2023. And Kwame Insurance, Eric Kwame, great guy, sponsors Badger State, donates quite a bit to the American Family Children's Hospital. Also, his daughter was there last year for some major surgeries and that. She had some health troubles, and it sounded like she was doing good, and they may be back again now with some. So I hope thoughts are at the Kwame family. They get everything sorted out there and get that little girl growing and on her way.
Yep. 100% agreed. So on the schedule here, Strandman, I got the schedule, or on the screen, sorry. On the schedule here, I got the schedule. On the screen, I have the schedule. Baraboo, Wisconsin, June 10th. That's obviously the charity poll. We talked about that. 2 tracks, pros, 4-1s, 540s, super farms, light limited, super stocks, 640 pro farms, hot farms, 3.6 diesel trucks, 3.0 diesel trucks, and the 2-wheel drive mod trucks. And then Father's Day weekend, we head up to northeast Wisconsin. Yeah, they're a Appleton, Mackville area, Mackville, Wisconsin. The town where there's a church on one side of the road and a gentleman's establishment on the other side of the road. So you can you can go sin and then you can go repent all within like 5 minutes. It's amazing. No, but the Mackville poll is awesome. They have Champions Tour classes and some Badger State classes as well. So
that's a pull fans. If you've never been to one, you got to go see. You got great entertainment, great food there. A 300-foot beer tent. It's along the sides of the track. 2 tracks. A lot of great action. They got a dash for cash for kids. So bring the whole family up there. They take 3 huge tarps, and it's like youngest kids up to like 5, and then from 5 to 8, and 8 to 11 or something like that. They spread it out and throw a bunch of change out, and they clean the tarps up really quick. It's a lot of fun.
Absolutely. So Friday night, 7 o'clock start time, Super Farm, Badger State Super Farm, Badger State 3.6, Badger State 2-wheel drives, and then 4x4 mod. That is the star means Champions Tour, Limited Pro. That means Silver Series. So that's kind of co-sanctioned with Badger State and Badger State and Silver Series, and then Unlimited Supers. That's a Champions Tour class, and then mini rods. Those are your mini rods, right, John?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Tri-County.
Yep. Tri-County will be up there. Yep. And then
the big blower class.
The following weekend will be Chopir.
Yep, and then Saturday night in Mackville, Pro Stocks, Limited Pros. I'm sorry, LPTS is Light Pro Stock. My bad, and that's Silver Series term. Everybody calls them all the different classes, even if in the same structure there. So I apologize for that. But Pro Stocks, Limited Pros, Saturday night in Mackville, 3.6 trucks or max 2-wheelers, and then your Champions Tour Unlimited Supers. So that's your Jeff Hertz, your big alcohol tractors, possibly a Colin Ross sighting if he's running with triple bypass. And then 4x4 modified trucks. That's your Terry Hagendorns and your big mod trucks. And then light pro stock. So there's Silver Series combined with the Badger State and, of course, Tri-County mini rods. And then Chopir, Wisconsin, like Greg said earlier, first time on the Badger State schedule. I know they've had a poll for a number of years. 6 o'clock, Super Farm, Light Limited Supers, 466 Hot Farms, Pro Stock Diesel Trucks. So 4 classes. Now, Chopir is kind of down by you, isn't it, John?
Show Pier is actually just east of Janesville.
Okay.
Yep, east of Janesville. So it's probably about 35 minutes from here in Cottage Grove, I suppose. Get down there.
Yep. And then July 8th, we head to Edgerton, Wisconsin, Jefferson, Wisconsin on the 12th, back to Baraboo for the Sauk County Fair on the 14th. We're in July now. All this can be found at bstponline.com. Darlington, Wisconsin, that's your 2022 Badger State Pull of the Year. We had those guys on a couple weeks ago. That was a hoot. Monroe, Wisconsin. What's that, John?
bstponline.org.
My bad. I know .com will point to it as well, but you're right. Let's see here. Monroe. That's the Greene County Fair. The Fall Nationals is later in the year, but this is the actual county fair there, July 20th.
Yep.
Helenville, Wisconsin, July 21. Freeport, Illinois. Big. So the 25th must be the Champions Tour stuff. If it's blank on the schedule, did you guess that, John?
I would guess yes.
And then the Badger State classes are on the 26th,
yep.
Right? Meso, Maine, July 28th, and then Dubuque, Iowa. Now I think what I've been told is their coast, like Badger State's on one track and East Central Iowa's on the other track, down there in Dubuque, Iowa, and that's a great place to watch a pull. So
that is a great place. It's great grandstands down there. It's a heck of a facility. I was there a number of years ago and pulled down there. That's a great place. That's a fun place to go to. So I think that's right off of, what is that off of over there, 20 or whatever?
Yeah, right off of 20. Yep. That's part of the fair. Then we move into August, John. Well, we start off in August 4th, Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Then the Utica State Fair, August 5th. We had those guys on about a month ago. Thank you for doing that, John. That's your stomping grounds.
Yep, close here. 5 minutes away.
Yeah, you're going to walk to that one. Warren, Illinois on the 5th as well. Milledgeville, Illinois. Hillsboro, Wisconsin, of course, the charity pull, all Champions Tour classes. Some Badger State classes. Guys can go compete there, guys and gals. Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. Beaver Dam's a hell of a pull, you guys, for you up in that northeast corner of the state. A huge grandstand, always packed. Just freaking packed the place.
2 tracks, side by side. That's good. That's a great pull, yeah.
And then they head down to Grant County for Lancaster, Wisconsin on the 17th. Pecatonic, Illinois. So some of the classes aren't completely scheduled yet. That's why the website's not quite updated on here, but we're going to be in these places. Pecatonica, Sauk Prairie, Wisconsin, and on the 19th. Highland, Wisconsin. That's a Dirk's hometown pull on the 19th, or excuse me, the 26th, and then September 15th, Viroqua, Wisconsin, and then, of course, the Greene County Fall National, September 16th, to round out the year. So good stuff. Good stuff. Strand man, good stuff.
What's the next one you're going to be at?
I'm going to run down to Byron, Illinois this weekend to record that. I think they have some ISP classes. The promoter that's putting that on also owns a racetrack in Florida that we helped this past winter, so we kind of have that relationship going. And then we roll into Outlaw TV June 2nd and 3rd in Monette, Missouri, John, and then that's going to be our summer pretty much. We are going to have the Beer Money Pulling Team merchandise trailer at least half of the Badger State events this year, fans, and it's going to have Badger State gear in there as well. We're designing new merchandise right now as we speak. So if you see the yellow Beer Money Pulling Team trailer, all your Badger State gear will be in there as well, and then we hope to expand on that in the future. And it always comes down to human beings and having enough people to do all of that. But excited to have an actual merchandise trailer with Badger State. Greg and I have been working on this for a couple of years, and it's nice to keep it local and drag that thing all over the country, John.
I think a lot of people miss that because they're getting their shirts and sweatshirts and hats. And
Yeah.
A lot of people ask about that. And having it online just not as good as having it right there at the pole.
Nope, it's not. And if it's, you go and it gets a little chilly, like this past weekend, it got into the 60s and 50s each night. We sold a lot of hoodies. So, but it'll be fun to, and they're working on, Greg and them and Doug from my team are working on some really cool, good looking merch that I'm excited. I've seen some proofs of it. It looks awesome. It looks awesome.
Good.
So excited for that.
I have to go to the merch trailer myself, get myself a couple of Beer Money items.
Yeah, I'll let you. We'll take your money, John, just like everybody else's. Make it rain. Make it rain.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
we did Beer Money TV. Thank you to the people. I know some of you are watching right now. Bought our live stream in Glencoe, Kentucky, in Columbus, Texas. Live streaming is going to be a big part of our polling future everywhere with every organization. It's hard, John. It's way harder than I thought because you're going into some of these facilities that have not set up for video at all. And I'm talking from internet to sound. Man, it is way. I mean, we're going to figure it out, and it's only going to get better with every event we do. But it's funny because people will piss and moan if the sound goes away for a little bit. And I'm like, we charge you $20 to watch this, and you're sitting at home in your chair watching this for basically $5 an hour, and you're chewing my ass because the sound went away for a minute or two. But what happens is just we run so much cable, so much cord. You're just, like you said, you're going into, some of these fairgrounds that were built in the 50s, and they just weren't, back then there weren't even cameras, I don't think. And now we're doing video. So
Time, and you guys are new at it, so it's going to be a little bit. Have patience, and you guys will get there.
yeah, I'm pumped. I mean, we did good. I mean, stupid things happened down in Kentucky. We had a rain delay, and Larry Richwine was announcing, so they played some music, and they unplugged our sound, and we went live, and everything was registering fine, but they had unplugged our cords, and we're like, well, what are you doing? So a lot of that stuff too, John. You just got to work together and get used to all of it. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good because, a lot of times people, they'll see me or see you at a bunch of polls, and they go to a lot of polls. Some only go to a couple polls a year, go to one that's close by or their favorite one at their county fair, and they may go to one other one. But this also gives them an opportunity to see some other events right from the luxury of their home. Not only that, still gets our sponsors out there and be seen. So
that's ultimately, John, what I love about live streaming is more eyeballs on polling, because now you can say, hey, we had 3,000 in attendance and we had another 1,000 people on the live stream, and you can easily say that, John, because I don't know. I doubt very few people buy that live stream and only one person's with them. I'm guessing, hey, come on over to the house or come to the bar, or go to the shop and let's watch the live stream. And it kind of turns into a mini party. And that's what you want. That's what it's all about. It's been fun, to do that.
JJ Johnson had it on down to Nora's Tavern all weekend. I know that. But
good.
Not able to view as things going on with my wife. So I was able to check that out.
No, I understand. Morgan Schulte says, if I had to pick Warren or Milledgeville, which one would I pick to go to? Those are both very good polls. Warren, Milledgeville's just packed, Morgan. So is Warren. They're both good. I think Warren's going to be closer to your house from New Vienna, Iowa, than Milledgeville would be. I think Milledgeville is always during the week, isn't it, John?
Yeah, Milledgeville's a good pull, though. We pulled many rods down there night before Badger State, and Ben Hayne and them built an awesome track down there. I love pulling down there.
I would say on this one, this is a toss-up. I would look at the classes that are scheduled at each one, and that's how I would pick, because I've had a lot of. Yep. Or go to both. Yeah. Come on, Morgan. You got your driver's license. Get in the car.
Yeah.
So.
Go to both.
Good deal. John, it's always great to see you, buddy. I got to get ready for Let's Grow Pulling, so I'm going to wrap this up. And thank you to all the Badger State pullers and fans that supported the Pullers Championship. It's going to be a great event for the future, and our true goal is to have it be the largest payout in the history of pulling. And I hope that inspires a lot of other promoters to do kind of what we're doing. And, it costs $500,000 to build a pro stock, guys, now. It's no joke. And, or 400 to 500. I don't want to get into exact numbers, but we're pulling for the same purses as we were the whole time since the 80s and 90s. We're not, we don't see a lot of places adding grandstands. We really need to get more eyeballs on this sport. It's a great sport. It's a family sport. Everybody can be involved in it, and it's awesome. It's machine versus machine, puller against puller one at a time. I love this sport with my whole life, and we got to show it to more people. So I'm excited for all of this. So it's going to be fun.
A lot of good things coming up. So.
Yep. Cool. Stanley, love you, buddy. Take care. Tell Kristen hi, and we'll talk soon.
Who's on tonight on Beer Money Show?
We're just doing a TPC recap tonight.
Oh.
So, if we get going, I might text some of the champions that won and talk to them and different things like that. But we really just kind of wanted to get together with our team and just thank everybody for coming out and go through each class, talk about all the winners, and then start talking about next year a little bit. So
Awesome. All right.
hey, when's the next goal? When's the next goal you're going to with Ross?
I was hoping to go to the Kevin Rood Memorial up in Mondovi Sunday, but I got a lot of stuff that's torn apart in the shop, and my wife's currently at UW, so I don't know if that'll happen or not. But
Okay.
that's where I was hoping to go. I was really hoping to go up there for Sunday, but we'll see what happens.
Sounds good. And then please let's thank our sponsors one more time, Strandman.
Yeah, we'd like to thank Casper Egg, Trip Downing, Farm Street Toys, and Slama Enterprises for helping out Down and Dirty with the Badger State Tractor Pullers.
When does the Tri-County season begin, Strandman?
Tri-County season begins in Mackville. So Mackville will be the first one. You can also jump online, www.tricountypullersinc.com and check it out. They're also on Facebook, so you can jump on there as well. So the opens will start both nights up there, and then I got to think after that. Drawn a blank. But a lot of the schedule should be up and on there. Check it out.
What's the website?
www.tricountypullersinc.com. So the Econos are pulling Thursday night in Mackville, and Limited's Thursday night, and then Friday night and Saturday night will be the open class. And I think we got Kevin Moore and a couple diesels coming up there too, so it should be a great show.
Yeah, the hooker's alive, from what I've been told. This looks like this your schedule. I got the right one?
Yep.
Okay.
There's the website. Looks like the schedule's up.
So Mackville, June 15th, 16th, 17th.
Yep.
Oh, so the Limited and the Econos are Thursday night. Okay, gotcha.
Yep, they're on Thursday night, opens Friday night, Saturday night.
And then really the season really gets going in July. Big Bend,
Yep,
Sussex.
Big Bend, Sussex for 2 days. That's a big weekend. Yep.
And then Waukesha County Fair.
Lions Club is a fun one. They got some excellent bands in the beer tent down there in Sussex. It's a great venue down there. That's a lot of fun.
Awesome. Perfect. Well, thanks for watching Down and Dirty with the Badger State Tractor Pullers every Monday night. You can also catch us on iTunes and Spotify. Just look for Down and Dirty with the Badger State Tractor Pullers. Put that in the little search bar and you'll find it. It'll pop up under Let's Grow Pulling. And yeah, we appreciate you all. And you're going to hear John's beautiful voice here at a pull very, very soon.